Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to do a Rekey. This is an old knob. You can do it with a new knob. Any new knob that you buy at any of the hardware stores. This is a kwikset brand. It takes kwikset keys. Sometimes a Defiant brand will also work. Now you can go down, you can buy you a pin kit that has a different number pins. A lot of these keys have numbers on them that coincide with the number of the pin, and that pin is height. So let's get started. We'll take this knob apart. This is the interior side. This is your lock knob that turns the shaft on this one. You can see how that shaft turns. Okay. And then this is your slide latch. These sometimes they don't want to come out, so you just turn it a little bit and it comes out. So this is usually left in the door if you're not replacing it, right? Okay, so this is what we want to take apart first because we're trying to get to this, all right? And so what we're going to do is there's a tab here that is spring-loaded. This side doesn't have one. This one and this one aren't movable, and so it's pretty much clear. There's only one. It's spring-loaded, and so what you want to do is you want to put some pressure on that. Clip there, move this to the center, and this comes right out. Careful, this has grease on it. Watch where you set that, okay? And that's pretty much it for that. The next thing we want to do is take this out. Now this will have clips like this, and we're going to use the same tool to go inside this hole here, and what our target is to move this in to release these little clips here that hold it in, okay? And so this, just kind of work that in, and then we're going to find these clips, and that should pop out just like that, okay? And so what we did was we released this, and you can see how that kind of came through, okay? So we can take that back out because we're done with this for now. And so what we want to do is we want to take this center piece out. And so what we'll do is we'll put the key back in there. See how it turns back and forth. And then we want to take this little washer out, but we want to be careful that this doesn't pop out on us. Now sometimes you can just take and leave this key out and it's not going anywhere until you put that key back in. And so if we take and work this washer out and then use a needle nose to grip so it doesn't get lost on you, save that because it's going to go back, right? And we can put our key back in there, and then we can use this tool here that actually helps go through and keep these springs and these little pins inside here that should not drop out. So if we turn this just a little bit, say 2 o'clock, and then just kind of shove that out without letting it come apart, gently all the way through, we're done, okay? And so now we can take this key out, careful not to lose these pins, and we're going to put the new key in there to see what our pins look like. These two look good. So I don't think we're going to have to move or replace those two, and so we can get rid of these three, all right? Okay, and so this code here is 13355, and so we have to find 135, and it looks like maybe, let's see, is that a 5? Nope. Actually, I think this is, wait a minute, this is a 13355. So we go 1, this is a 3, too high. And that's the nice part about buying a kit, is because they are colored. I don't know if you can see this one. This one has a burgundy to it. This one has a green tint to it. Okay? And so what we want to do is find 2 3s. That looks good. I think that might be a 4. Yep, too big. Okay. Okay, and then we need to find a 1. Okay, that 3 still looks too high, and so let's replace it. Okay, you see how that's flush now, and that's going to fit perfect. Okay, so now once we got those pins back in, we still want to go with either 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and don't let those two separate as you go back through. Okay, now you're back in. So if you move that back and forth, you know that those pins are good, and then you pull your key out without pulling this out, and give that a tug back and forth, and it looks like it's locked in place. And we want to put this washer back in there before we do anything else so we don't lose that. Perfect. Okay. Locked in place. Put that key back in there. I think I got the wrong key. And it's not going anywhere. Let's get rid of these. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now remember, if these knobs are too old to try to rekey, you can buy them, fairly inexpensive at any one of the hardware stores. Okay, so before we put that in there, we want to make sure that we got this in the right spot. Let's put this shaft back in there. Make sure that's in there, good and tight. Okay. And then we want to make sure that the swing is good. So the swing is this way, and that's the way it's supposed to be mounted into the door. And we want to make sure that our teeth are upright. Okay. Once you get that locked into place, let's check it again. Looks good. Everything's solid. We can put this back in there. This is only going to go one way because you have a tab on one side. And so you just want to get the end of this hole and then that little lock mechanism back in. And so you just kind of fit it back in and you're good. So then we'll take and lock it, unlock it, and we're set. And the old keys will not work anymore. Perfect. Okay. And then once you get it back in there, you just kind of put it back in. It doesn't have to be really snug. Now remember, folks, these pins you can buy in a kit at the hardware store. And sometimes it'll come with this little tool here. You can buy, there's different kits that you can buy. And that's it. Perfect. Thanks for watching. See you next time.